Hey guys, I'm at PIR. Today we're doing the Xtreme Xperience. We'll be driving the 488 GTB Ferrari here on the racetrack. So I just checked in, I got my pass. They're gonna put me into a class. I guess you'll learn about, I don't know, hitting apexes or something. Or you can see the C8 that just drove by. We got some real winners here. We got the C8 Corvette, 488 GTB, a couple of Huracans, looks like a GT3 RS down there, Hellcat. For the price of this experience, you can rent a pretty similar car and performance for a whole day. I would say like on Turo or on DriveShare. But I think what's really unique about this experience is going to be driving on the racetrack, because as you know, track days are pretty expensive. So, you know, driving these cars on the track is a unique experience, even if it's you only get a few laps. So, you know, if you're into racing, if you're into cars, like not a lot of opportunities to do stuff like this, especially with a car like a 488 GTB. I don't know, I think probably the base price of that car is somewhere in the $300,000 area. If I wasn't doing the 488 GTB, I'd probably do the GT3 RS, just because obviously Porsche, I think that car has I did have the naturally aspirated Nürburgring record, so it's just like a super track monster. You can see by the wings. That's the Huracan going by. So a little bit about the car that I'm driving. The 488 GTB is a Ferrari, obviously. It's the first V8 twin turbocharged Ferrari since the Ferrari F40. Produces around 650 horsepower. It is kind of heavy. I think it's 3,400 pounds. But it is definitely going to be a track monster. The car has a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, so it's got paddle shifters. Hoping that they'll let me use the paddles on the car. So right here you can see behind me there's a tent where they're doing the classes. Kind of curious what this is going to be like. I'm guessing, you know, you go over hand signals, things like that, apexes, you know, braking zones and all that. So I just got out of the classroom. It was pretty legit, actually. They went over like the driving line, gave me some tips on like, you know, how to brake and when to apply the gas, and basically just kind of the differences between street driving and track driving. Yeah, and you know, they use the kind of the stick attached between the wheel and the pedals analogy, which, you know, I've heard before, and it's like a really helpful, I think, tip, way to like visualize how how you should be applying the gas and the brake. So yeah, I mean, it was actually pretty legit. And also they said that you can do paddles, so I'm really excited because I'll get to kind of have a little bit of extra engagement with the car, because it's not like I'm really here to like set a track time, you know, so I'd rather kind of do more than. And the 488 GTB has shift lights on the wheel, so you don't have to look at the tack or anything. I guess they're not letting the Shelby loose today. The Italians sure know how to build them.
They really do. It's such an elegant dash.
And I'm glad I got the red one. I'm just like stoked. I'm like, yeah, the red one.
It's a Ferrari. You have to get the red one. All right, so when we pull out, we're going to form big gaps. We're going to camp out at these blue cones. And then when that Huracan gets up to that orange cone up there, that's where we'll roll out. When we roll out on track, we want to make sure we're going to stay on the right-hand side of the track, that's the race line. So if somebody comes by...
For the first lap?
Only for the first lap. Everybody else, they're always going to want to drift out there. Don't follow them out there.
So go now? Or?
Yeah, go ahead and roll out now. And they're all going to do their little acceleration runs. There you go. And as we get out here, don't worry about the mirrors. Yeah, there you go. Go for it.
Oh my God.
All right, stay right. Stay right. Stay in it a little. Now brake check. Harder, harder. There you go. That's
oh my God.
Nice. All right.
Incredible. Oh my God.
All right, here's our first double orange turn in. Turn into the green, nice and smooth. You can roll a little bit of throttle in here, kind of feel out the chassis.
Oh, it's weird that the paddles don't stay with the wheels.
Yeah, you have to kind of hunt for them sometimes if you're mid-corner. Green Lambo, give it a point by. Sit tight on this guy. We'll wait for the point by. Not sure where it's going to be. This corner we'll have to be careful next time. You want it, don't turn in early. Go all the way out to that. Don't follow him. Now turn in and really commit to that turn in. That was perfect. Stay on the inside of him. Give him some room. Perfect. Nice job. Back across. Now, brake hard in here. Let's creep through this first chicane. Slower, slower, slower. We're going to gap this guy. We don't want to run him down. All right, take a deep breath. We're going to stay close to the wall around this corner. Go ahead, go for it. Good, huh? Okay, lift. Brake hard. All right.
Oh my
All right,
God.
come out of the brakes now. Go back to throttle as you turn in. And over to the right.
That's unbelievable.
All right, on the brakes. Out. Now come off the brakes, turn in. A little bit of throttle around this corner. And drive it out to the wall. Back into the chicane, brake hard. Let's go really slow through the chicane. Let that guy get more distance on us so you don't run him down. All right, take a deep breath. You ready? All right, roll on, nice and smooth. Eyes all the way down the track. Woo! All right, brake hard. in the throttle early, but don't go off the track. Perfect. That was exactly how it's done. Back across. Okay, hard brakes here. Let's let these guys get some gap. Park it here. Just almost stop. Almost come to a standstill. Just roll through 5 miles an hour.
This is
we got a big cluster there.
Wow. The G-forces are just
Isn't it crazy? You're driving the hell out of this thing.
Okay,
You're doing
ready?
awesome. I love this. Okay, let's go for it.
I've always hit that rev limiter. It's just a little below 8,000.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, brake hard. Harder. Alright, now turn in. Back the throttle as you turn in. Back across. Now we're moving, so get on the brakes. Brakes. There we go. Now turn in nice and smooth. Oh man, this is awesome. And back out. Alright, hard brakes. Brake. Stop it here. Stop it here again. Otherwise, we're gonna run down that Mercedes. Yeah. All right. Let's perfect. Go for it.
Unbelievable.
Harder. There you go. Perfect. All right. Nice and smooth. Turn in. Out to the double orange. Turn into the green. Out to the double orange. Back into the green. We're on our last lap, so I don't want to bother passing this guy. Stay with him here, and we'll do like we did last lap. All the way out. Hard turn down, all the way down to that apex. Roll back on that throttle. And let's just slow down here. Just let him run away. 5 miles an hour. We've left the rest of the field.
Woo!
Isn't this the coolest
I just
car?
love feeling the steering.
So fun, yeah.
The acceleration and deceleration is unbelievable.
You got the shifting dialed in pretty nicely too. Most people don't get that.
I am hitting the rev limiter on the straight there, but I just realized I need to do a little bit earlier. Second gear is like 1 second.
Too fast, yeah. Alright, hard brakes. Little more brakes. Alright, out of the brakes now, turn in. Nice and smooth. Nice job. Alright, this is our last corner, so we gotta reel in. Hard brakes. And then back tight to my side, and we'll roll it back to the pits.
Woo!
Man, that was an awesome drive. That was so good. So you liked it?
Amazing.
So I just got finished with my drive in the 488 GTB. I'm blown away right now. I mean, it's definitely over too soon. It may be a little bit too expensive for how short that experience is, but I mean, if you've never felt a car like that before, it's on another level. Like, you can't compare it to like any normal car you've ever driven, especially on like a street, because you just never get the chance to I was pedal to the metal in like a 650 horsepower Ferrari. The brakes on that thing are insane. I mean, they tell you to brake, and there's brake, and we slow down, and I'm like, there's still so much space left. I mean, I could have braked way later than that, but it was still, obviously I understand why they have to do it that way. Incredible. The instructor was super cool. I don't know if he says this to everyone, but he was like, dude, you drove the shit out of that. That was basically the best one I had all day. So I'm hoping that, it didn't have the shift lights. He did let me use the paddles. I actually, on the straights, was hitting the rev limiter because I did look at the tack, and I was like, all right, I'm only gonna press it like when it gets close, like really close to the red line. But if you get to like within 500 RPM of the red line, it starts going da 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 da, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I could have actually, yeah, I mean, it was just incredible. I loved it. It was too short, but it's still unforgettable. I probably will do it again just to experience that kind of car. I mean, those cars are incredible. And I got the red one. I'm so stoked on the red one.